Airline Manager 4, which is better with cargo, large load or heavy load? So I did some testing with three aircraft, three DC-9s, and I made one of them all large load, another one all heavy load, and another one that was kind of balanced. This is what I discovered. There was one that brought in more money than the other. I can't remember which one it was. It wasn't a lot of money more. For small aircraft, it doesn't matter. Or I could say it does matter. You could squeeze a little bit more out of the other. For large aircraft, it doesn't matter because you have to do both because of the low demand. So you can see over here, these are split 3,000 and 5,000. See, this one over here only has the large load. And in this case, 7,000, 8,000, 7,000, and 0 of the heavy load. And it brought in 45,000, a maximum of 52, but 45,000 was the common income. And this one brought in 44,000 with 10,000 of the heavy, which means it brought in about 1,000 less. So the large load brought in more money, about 20% more. No, about 0.2% more, brought in more money. When I did the balance between the two, how did it compare to 44 or 45,000? This one is balanced. Sometimes I got 52, sometimes I got 41. So 48 was kind of like the average. So balance, sometimes it did well, sometimes it did poor, etc. My recommendation, if you have a small aircraft like the DC-9, you probably want to go with the large load. Unless you're going to small airports that have really low demand. When you do a larger aircraft, I recommend you do something more like half and half. As the example with this aircraft, you see I did the same experiment where this one's large load with 0. The problem is it depletes the demand so much you got to do half and half. So we'll look at some of these numbers. The best case, I got 2.8 million. And in this one, the best case, 2.7 million. With this one, 2.6 million. And with this one, 2.9 million. And with this case, 2.8 million. Now keep in mind, they are flying on different routes. And with this one, it was really low, 2.2 million. You got to look at the price, the 8.31. This is also 8.31. 8.39. 8.31. So basically, if you got the 2.8 and that being the highest value, over here 2.8, they're about equal. And over here 2.1, which was probably the same day and the same route. That would say that the large load and the heavy load is about equal on the larger aircraft. You notice it's the same route to OIAI from Singapore. The large load was only 10,000 more income. Marginal difference. But the large load did bring in more income than the heavy load. And when I mixed the two together, just random mix half and half, it did substantially worse. However, like I said, this is only launching once per day. These are short range aircraft. If you do many flights per day, you're going to deplete the demand, so you got to do it half and half. Okay, so there it is. It's true that you can make more money with the large load, but it has more benefit with the smaller aircraft. And you should watch my other video. It's best to round it off to the nearest thousand so that you bring in more income. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.